Bit of chocolate first. Always a good idea. And then we can get down to biz. It was delicious. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about a common theme that you unfortunately see on my channel, which is miscarriage. I found so much support on YouTube and hope that my channel has provided support to other women going through losing pregnancy or pregnancies. It sucks, and unfortunately, given that a friend of mine has recently been through a miscarriage also, I feel the need to make this video because a lot of the things that people have said to her, people have also said to me. And so this video is about 5 things that you should never say to somebody who's had a miscarriage. Now, I need to prerequisite this, that's not the right word. I need to preface this with all of these things people have probably said with the best of intentions, searching for the right thing to say and pulling this out because it seems like it's a good idea and it seems like it's going to be comforting to the person having the miscarriage. Unfortunately, I think in most cases, I can say in mine and other people I know, it does the opposite. So I'm gonna go through these, and again, no hate on anybody trying to offer support. I just hope this is a little guide if you are presented with this situation where you are trying to comfort someone who has had a miscarriage. And stay tuned to the end because I'm going to throw in 1 or 2 or maybe 3 things that you can do to support people who have gone through pregnancy loss that I have found in my vast experience of getting support after 4 miscarriages. I have quite a catalog. I could write a little book. Ways to cheer up somebody who's going through a super sad time. Number 1 is, you know what? Don't worry. Miscarriages are so much more common than you think. Yeah, I know. Because the second I started having a miscarriage, I turned into a Google warrior like everybody who's ever had a miscarriage. And I know that there's about a 1 in 4 chance of a woman having a miscarriage. I know that. I got it. But the thing is, that stat doesn't help me right now in this moment. I'm devastated. I'm not pregnant anymore. So to kind of almost indirectly and not intentionally, but dismiss it as, oh, it's so common, happens all the time to people. Buck up, it's all right, be okay. If you've had a miscarriage, you're gonna politely nod and go, I know, but it doesn't make us feel better. So that's one to maybe stay away from. Number 2, and this is a big one for me. It happened for a reason. Do you know what? It just wasn't meant to be. Now, if you are a religious person, that can seem very comforting. If the person who has had the miscarriage is a religious person, hands up, this could be totally comforting to them, and they can lean heavily on the fate and stars and magic of it all, of what's meant to be and what's not meant to be. Okay, I'm not one of those people. So for somebody to say it wasn't meant to be, in my brain, I'm screaming, what does that even mean? It wasn't meant to be. I don't think that way. I think very logically, you know, why something happened. I want to analyze it. I want an answer. I can't just trust it to, you know, like I say, the stars and a higher power and all of that. For somebody to say it wasn't meant to be and this happened for a reason, what reason? What reason am I standing in the shower bawling my eyes out multiple times during the day and feeling absolutely empty after this brief period of excitement for this baby that I'm never gonna have? What part of that was meant to be? Because this doesn't feel like it was meant to be. It feels like shit. Like, I don't know, that one really gets to me. And I have to say again, I'm gonna be saying this through the whole video. If somebody says that to me, I don't go, how dare you? Get out of my house. It's not like that. I just kind of sense they're trying, but this is just getting to me more than it's helping. So that's one for me, definitely. If I have another miscarriage or 20 more, or however many more my body wants to put me through, please don't say that to me. Do not say it was meant to be. It does not compute. Okay, number 3 is, do you know what? I know somebody who had like 8 miscarriages. So, you know, you're not alone. Or You know what? I know somebody who had a miscarriage at 18 weeks. Or I know somebody who had a miscarriage and then when they went outside later that day, they were struck by lightning and got hit by a car. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is this isn't a contest for my grief or anybody's grief to compete with somebody you know's grief. Somebody else going through something worse is not going to make me feel better about this awful situation that I'm in. And frankly, it kind of, if somebody will throw a horrible stat at me like that, it makes me feel guilty for feeling sad. And that just makes me feel worse. So again, not intentional, but sharing a story of somebody else in this moment, I hate to say it, I'm being selfish. I don't want to hear about other people's stories right now because I'm feeling awful and I don't need another sad state of the world to make me feel worse, if that makes sense. It's almost like a one-up on grief, and don't do that. There's enough sadness here in my miscarriage bubble. I don't want to hear about all the other ones right now. I'm just sad, and I just want you to be here for me, basically. Number 4 is, at least it was early, and you weren't further along. Okay, I get that. I get the logistical side of it. Yeah, it's early, so in some cases, with me anyway, I didn't even have to go to a doctor. Once I had had the first one, the second one, I was like, I know what's happening. And if I go to the doctor, they're just gonna tell me to come home and like bleed out and come back in for a check in a few days, maybe. So yes, logistically, it's not further along. I don't have to have a procedure. But in terms of my grief, no, I didn't see a heartbeat. No, I never got to have an ultrasound. But I did get that positive pregnancy test. And I did get excited about like when the baby was gonna come. And I got excited about, what if it's a boy? What if it's a girl? What am I gonna name them? You know, what's the age difference between Patrick and this baby gonna be? I got super, super excited. And I was thinking about this baby that is still at this point like a ball of cells the size of a poppy seed. I was just as excited that day as I would have been at 15 weeks. So to lose that was just as heavy a hit at 5 weeks as it would have been at 15 weeks for me. So to say at least it's early, it kind of diminishes and what's the word I'm looking for? It reduces, what's the word I'm looking for? It dismisses the grief a little bit. Like, you shouldn't feel quite so bad because it was early. And that is a little upsetting. So stay away from that one too. So number 5 is, at least you know you can get pregnant. Yeah, I know I can get pregnant, but pregnant ain't the end game. The end game is having the baby. And I don't have baby anymore. I don't have a baby inside of me. So to say at least you can get pregnant, yeah, I know 4 times now since Patrick that I can get pregnant, but I don't have the baby anymore. And again, it's just that way of like dismissing the grief and saying, hey, look at the bright side. And it's just, no. Okay, so finally, I'm gonna give you, that's 5 things. I'm gonna give you a few things from my experience, and I know already I'm gonna get super emotional because I'm thinking about all the amazing people in my life and what they've done for me after my miscarriages. So, woo, girl, when I started filming this video, I was like, this ain't gonna be a sad one. Put on 2 layers of mascara today, Eileen. Anyway, okay. I can do this. So the first thing is just be there and just be available. A simple text that says, I'm here. I'm here. Just says, you know what? If you want to call me and you want to be angry, if you want to cry, do it. Like, you can do it. I'm here. I'm here for you. And you can unload all of that pain and all of that anger on me. You have no idea. Like a simple 2 words and what that can do for somebody who's been through a miscarriage or multiple miscarriages. If it gets to ugly cry, we're gonna have a problem. Okay, so that's the first one. Just a simple, I'm here, you know, I'm here for you. That's all you need to do. The next 2, well, the next can be kind of one thing. Bring something over. Bring something over unannounced, right? So, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I've had a miscarriage, so I want swag to go with my sadness. No, but I remember after my 3rd miscarriage, oh gosh, I love my friends so much. So lucky. After my third miscarriage, a very dear friend of mine showed up. She's like, I'm just gonna stop in for a cup of tea. Great. Opened the door, and there was just this big, beautiful bouquet of flowers. No big song and dance or speech to go with it, but just something to lift me. She's like, I thought these were beautiful. I thought they'd make you smile. They'll look lovely in your window. It's just such a small gesture. And there were no words. And it was almost like the fact that there were no words was everything. Everything was said in not saying anything, just bringing me these flowers. And we had a cup of tea and we talked about CrossFit because we both love CrossFit. And then got to the logistics of it. So, so what does this mean now? Do you need to go to a doctor? And we kind of got it, and it was much more comfortable to talk about it because we didn't have that awkward list of 5 things I said earlier that were said to me. It was just like, let's get to the logistics of what's next and what can I do? I'm here. That again, simple little things. That's all you have to do. Another thing to go along with that when I say showing up with something, a really good friend of mine in London, she had no idea what an impact this was going to have on me. I put it in one of my obsession videos. I'll find it and link it. She gave me, we had met a group for dinner, and she gave me this box. And she's like, this is for you. You can just open it later. That was it. I got home, and it had like a yellow card inside that I think had lemons on it, all yellow tissue paper. And then the card said, I just thought you might need some happiness. This box is filled with bright yellow things that will make you happy. Or it said something to that effect, but basically it was a box of happiness, like a box to lift me up. And I opened it and it was like yellow body wash, yellow vanilla Oreos, yellow Starbursts. There was like a little pineapple shaped water bottle in it. It was like a care package basically. And again, it wasn't like, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that you're sad. At least you can get pregnant. At least it was early, blah, 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 blah. It was just like, you're going through a shit time. And here's just something that I hope makes you smile. And it's the same with the flowers. Like, it's a little gesture. And I can't tell you, like when I think back of all 4 miscarriages, it's those little tiny gestures that really, really stick out to me. Another example is just showing up with a meal. Show up and say, you know what? I've made this dinner. You don't have to worry about dinner tonight. Here you go. And I'm here. Call me if you need me. Perfect. Perfect. It's just about being there. It's just about, frankly, shutting up and listening. I struggle with that. But I think through family members' grief with losses in the family and now with my own miscarriage experience, knowing what has helped me and what has helped my family has really impacted how I approach grief with my friends and supporting friends who have been through something similar. So that's a huge thing. The final thing that I'll say, and this is where like my closest friends and my family have like knocked it out of the park, is just to reassure the person, like, I love you. I love you. And it's the same with like, I'm here. I love you. You're going to get through this. You're strong and you're going to get through this. That's very reassuring. That's cheering the person on. That's saying, this is awful, but I know you. You're a strong person. You will get through this. I love you and I'm here. I think in closing, from my super sad cry fest that I totally, again, was not planning, keep it simple. Don't try to explain, justify, diminish, take away from someone's grief when they're experiencing a miscarriage. Only offer support. What can I do? I'm here. Here's this little small gesture to make you happy. I love you. You're going to get through this because I'm going to be here to support you. What can I do? That's it. Keep it very simple. And I promise you too will be a successful friend supporting somebody who's had a miscarriage. Oh, it's not funny at all. But you gotta laugh, right? Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel, hello. Not all my content is this sad, but if you do find this is something that you could use for support, or you're going through a struggle to conceive or have had a miscarriage or multiple miscarriages, please consider subscribing, because a lot of my channel is geared towards supporting people going through a similar circumstance to what my family's going through. You can also find me on Instagram, and I've also joined Vimeo. I don't really know what Vimeo is, but I joined it because it's like the latest thing. We'll see, stay tuned. But you can find me on both of those at Eileen Vincett. I will see you guys Thursday. Have a fantastic afternoon. Have a fantastic afternoon. Have a fantastic afternoon. I will see you soon. Bye.